This morning in the shop, Vasily and Dan are putting the final touches on Christina's roll cage. Some decisions are being made about how to proceed with the 1970 Boss 302. And Nick is working with an aluminum water pump in the engine room.
Alright, here is, I'm building a big block Mopar here, and I'm interested in putting an aluminum water pump housing. One thing that bothers me the most is they copied the water pump housing of the early 60s, which the water temperature sensor is on the right hand side. But originally, from I believe 67, 68 and up, is over here, like so on this cast iron water pump, which is right here. And here's the sensor that goes there, okay? It's a 1/8 NPT. So instead of me putting it here, like I have it on the aluminum water pump housing, I wanted to put it over here. So for example, I took another aluminum water pump housing with the drill a hole, then I tap it with a 1/8 NPT, like I have done over here, right here. I tapped it, and then now you put your sensor for your gauge, screws in right there. Then you have a stock location water temperature sensor on the aluminum housing. Okay, see, this is drilled on the side, the early 60s, but I want to keep it simple. I want to put it back to have it like in a 1970 model, and that is the purpose why they have the hole here for on this alternator bracket. So when you put this like this, as you can all see, the purpose is when it's on the car, like so, look at that. You use a 1/2 inch deep socket and you get it out. And also at the same time, when you got the wiring harness, instead of cutting it and extending it, you put it back in the original location, and there it is. I don't know why Chrysler couldn't copy the water pump exactly the same way, but they copied the early models when most of the cars are late model. So here we are. I'm gonna close this off, put it there, put the bracket, the wiring like the original place in 1970, and we're done. And in the end, we have more of the original look, except, of course, they raised the neck, because that's the early 60s style, raised neck, when apparently it should be like so. So if you look very closely here and there, this one's raised about 1/2 inch more than this is. And then again, when you open the hood, you don't want the sensor on the right hand side. You want it to look like it's in the original place. Instead of passing a wire over to the other side, guy opens the hood, goes, Nick, it's not like that. It's okay, I did it. I'm gonna tap this one also, and we're done. Why couldn't they copy an original cast iron water pump housing? And in this case, I want to go with aluminum water pump housing with the original location of the water temperature sensor right here. Then, when you put it all together, like so, and there it is. It's going to be there. So I'm going to tap this one too. And here, I'll cap it off and leave it like that. Doesn't matter. All I want to do is save some weight in the front end. And here we have it.
It's been a busy week at the shop. Nick and Manny put in some extra hours, getting some parts onto Nick's 1970 Yuko Challenger project. Some parts are going on easy, but others are giving the guys a hard time.
What do you think, Manny? You think we're going to get it right?
You know what, Nick?
Hey?
You did a nice job.
I know, but you know what?
It took a lot of cutting.
This is a factory NOS fender. Look at this.
Off by how much?
Oh, look at this.
Almost an inch.
Oh yeah, we took it off. We took off the brace that holds it on the fender, which is a factory weld. I don't know what they did at the.
Right here.
Yeah.
The brackets up here we cut.
Yeah.
We cut the one off the side over here.
Yeah, which is right here.
Here.
This goes over
So
here.
we can move it up.
Yeah.
Up
right
into
here.
position.
Oh, sorry.
Flip it. There
Yeah.
you go. So,
And the reason we cut it out is because somebody at the factory, when this fender was built, it's an NOS fender by Chrysler, by the way. Somebody didn't use the jig or something, just put this bracket on the fender way off its target. In other words, I put the headlamp door and the two lights lined up with the fender here, but the lights were down here. So then we had to cut this brace and bring it up, what, 1 inch and 1/8 to the 10 o'clock position so I can center it to my headlamp door, which is right here. Now, did you ever expect that on an NOS fender?
not that much.
Look at that. See it? Now we're dead center. Look at that. I couldn't even install this before because the headlights were down here. Yeah. And look at all the work we had to do. Spent a few hours on it last week, Saturday night,
We'll doll it up.
just playing this. And of course, after that, we're gonna black it out. the way the factory did.
But at least it's straight. It doesn't look like the car's crying or like it got punched in the face.
Perfect.
Looks
You got
nice.
it. And you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it perfect. Don't worry. And in the meantime, we installed a couple of things on it. I installed the wiper motor, wiper linkage, ballast resistor, voltage regulator, power brake booster, master cylinder, and so forth. When you come inside, I'll show you something else. Oh yes, we installed the upper control arms. We had the ball joints replaced, upper bushings replaced on the upper control arm. And then we installed the door handles. We installed all 4 windows. We've installed the handbrake, the cold air vent box, clutch pedal, brake pedal, something like that. Stefan brought in, of course, the gas pedal also. I installed the frame. And now, when my car came with the manual brakes, but I wanted to convert it to power brakes. So the only difference is, when you do power brakes, you put a different master cylinder with the power brake booster, with the same pedal, but in between there, you're gonna have a missing link when you convert to power brakes. And this is a swivel that goes between the original pedal and the power brake booster. And with this swivel, once it's installed, works like a champ. Some pieces going easy, some pieces are a pain in the ass. But you know what? Now's the time when this is the part when you have a full car painted. Now every piece that goes on is what you fight and make it fit. And you know, it's like you make the part fit or the body trim, cut, whatever. This is where you find all the nick and knacks. And this is what we're gonna do right now. And of course, whatever's missing, we're gonna have to find. I installed the bumper brackets, bumper head brackets, and of course the hangers for the rear mufflers right here. So every piece counts. So a piece here, a piece there, a piece there, hardware brackets, get them trimmed, get them clean, get them painted, put them on, and so forth. I went to put the fuel tank last week, but I realized my filler neck is damaged. And I have 2 of them here and they're both damaged. So now I'm waiting for another one to come in and we'll take it from there.
It's the endless list of details that often ends up keeping someone from completing a rebuild project. But Nick has completed more projects than he can remember. He knows that parts rarely just bolt on. And he has the persistence and work ethic it takes to make everything right.
And of course I put my jam switches for the dome light. I've also hooked up the wiring for the dome light, which I have to have ready, get the bowls ready, get my headliner ready. My buddy Ivan's coming in this afternoon, so we're gonna start on it, and hopefully we get it done by today.
Nick has a lot of very talented friends to help him as he builds his dream car. And the dream cars that belong to his customers, employees, and their families. Even the people who hang out at the shop have some incredible talents. Like Claude here. His friends call him the Dragon, for reasons that are about to become very clear. It takes all kinds of help to run a shop like Nick's Garage.
Look at that, I got Ivan now putting on the headliner, and of course I gotta find all the hardware. I got the bows, I got the clips, and now I gotta find the coat hooks to put them in place. I want every little detail on this car, the way it came from the factory. Yes, sir. I only need 2, but I got 4. But I'm gonna pick the 2 best and then put them in my car. That's how you put a car together. All this little stuff. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of new clips, a lot of new bolts, retainers coming in. I should have them this week, and then from there on, I'm gonna start putting everything all together slowly. Yeah, we got a lot of pieces to put in. Then I got a lot of parts that I sent out for re-chrome, waiting for that to come in. Then I'm gonna start putting the front suspension, rear suspension, and then we start lowering the car, and then we start doing the rest of the work. And then finally it's gonna be on 4 wheels. And here we are after the holidays in the shop. It's a lot quieter than it was just before the holidays. So we just got a few more flags that came in during the holidays, and we're just about to open them up. And let's see where they come from. And where's this from? This one's from Steven. All right, Steven. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, Illinois? Yeah, Illinois. Steven's greeting from, oh, okay, Nick, greetings from Chicago. Huh, check it out. My family was there a few days ago. Included is a picture of my dream car. If all goes well, I'll be the owner of this by the time you receive this letter. Steve. Oh, check it out. Nice, Grand National. And by the way, I used to own a Grand National back in 1987. I had it for a couple of years. And of the 80s, I think the best muscle car then was the Grand National, the Buick Grand National. Great car, turbocharged V6. Thank you, Steven. And thanks for your flag from Chicago. And now we got the flag from Illinois. That'll be a great pair. Thank you. And here's another one. Wow, Canadian Hot Rods. And it's from Black Creek, British Columbia. Oh, what do we got here? Nice letter. Well, let's take a look at the cars. Oh, MG. Then here we got Hot Rod. Check it out. And what do we got here? What is it? Mercury. A little old Mercury truck. Cool. He's got a few vehicles, this guy. This is from Ralph, from British Columbia. Oh, what's this here? And here we got a flag from the Yukon Territory. Here we go. I didn't expect this flag, let me tell you. Yep, Ralph, thanks a lot, Ralph. Here we go. And where's this one from? Scotland. Whoa, UK. Craig. Wow. Oh, check it out, man. Check it out. He's got the bullet. Don't tell me this car is in Scotland. Wow, this is something. And wow, Challenger 1970 with the bumblebee stripe, lime green. Beautiful cars you got there, Greg. Real nice. American muscle cars in Scotland. And of course, this is my first Scottish flag. Nice. There it is. We finally got the flag of Scotland. Thank you, Greg. I'm going to put it up in my shop. And this is from Steve from California. You see, this one was not opened by the customs, I can tell. It's original tape. Oh, here's a letter. Oh, Steve. It's my friend Steve. Why, Steve, how are you doing, man? All right, I spoke to him the other day on the phone. It's a buddy of mine that used to live in Montreal, but right now he lives in California. And I did mention to him at that point, I didn't have a flag of California. So I believe he sent me the flag of California. Let's leave this for later, because I see something here I cannot believe. This is the car I bought in 1974, my Hemi Cuda. Here it is. There's the Boss Mustang. There's the 2 cars. There's myself and my brother Philip. My God, does he go back in history. Steve, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, it shows you're from Montreal. You came with us back in the alley. Here it is. There's my brother's Boss Mustang, and there's my Challenger, my first muscle car. We sold these 2 cars back in 1974 to buy this Hemi Cuda in 1971. And here's the engine compartment after I fixed it up for street racing. Wow, we go back in the mid-70s, man. Look at this. Here I am with my brother Phil back in 1974, I believe it is. And we sold these 2 cars to buy the Hemi Cuda. And of course, we also put some cash in it because we couldn't afford to buy the car with 2 cars sold and money to buy this Hemi Cuda. And here's the way I bought it with the point on the door. Steve, thank you very much. This is something, man. You bring me back some history. And the last time I saw Steve was, Christ, how long is it? 20 years or so? Probably more. He lives in California right now. And what does he have here? But my God, he brought one here that's pretty thick. Wow, this flag ain't cheap, man. Look, it weighs a ton. Okay, we gotta hang this up. Look at that, Republic of California. State of California, here it is. Steve, thanks a lot, Steve. By the way, say hi to your brother John for me. They live in California now. They grew up with us in the back alley with the muscle cars, and here's proof right here. 1970 Dodge Challenger 383 Magnum, Boss 302 Mustang. And you guys, thank you for everything. We're gonna do our best to bring us the best videos we can for you to watch on YouTube here on Nick's Garage channel. Like, subscribe, and thank you very much. Love you guys.
Check out the new Nick's Garage merchandise in the online store, including 2 fantastic new duffel bags. And for another way to support the channel, drop by the Nick's Garage Patreon page and see what's up.